It's Tim Albright with AVNation with the InfoComm 2019 special. What we're doing is we are interviewing the exhibitors that are coming to the show. The show itself is the 8th through the 14th of June. The show floor is open the 12th through the 14th. And with me today to talk about Christie, my buddy Dave Muscat. Welcome, sir.
How are you doing, Tim?
I am well. I am well. You guys are in booth number 2543, 2543. Christie's booth is traditionally very bright and vibrant and all kinds of great visuals. So we walk into 2543. What are we going to find this year, Dave?
Well, we've got a lot of different things happening. The theme of this year's show is Let's Inspire. The idea is to drive technology for our partners to create experiences that our clients love. This year, we'll continue to show that with our complete end-to-end solutions with playback through delivery to display technologies. Christie's Technology has been delivering extraordinary experiences for a long time that we inspire and we create imagination and hopefully we get them thinking that we want to create the theme that let's do this rather than can we do this. We have a number of things at the booth today, and what I'd like to do, I'm going to take a look at our booth layout because the booth is quite large. So I'm going to do a virtual walkthrough if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And show you some of the new products. We do have a couple of new launches today, and that we're highlighting. Some of the key highlights are our Christie MicroTiles LED, which launched at ISE, but this is the North American launch for MicroTiles LED, and also our Rhody, our pure laser D4K 40 RGB Rhody version and Mirage version that are also launching here. We also have a number of other technologies that we're launching at the booth, but that's just those are our highlights. When you walk into the booth, and I'm going to look away a bit here as I take a look at the drawing. When you walk into the trade show floor in our booth, you'll walk in, you'll approach our reception desk as you always do, and you'll find some of our marketing staff and customer service staff there waiting for you, and hopefully we'll find you anybody you're looking for, because the booth at times can be quite hectic, and sometimes if you'll come looking for somebody, they may not even be around, or they may be in a meeting on or off the booth. But when you walk on, right behind the reception desk, we're going to have our wave of our brand new MicroTiles LED. One thing that MicroTiles LED is bringing the alignment and the ease of use that MicroTiles brought to us many years ago and lasted with Christie for many years. But it's going to allow for the ease of setup, ease of alignment, and fantastic colorimetry and adjustment, all in a very simple, narrow package. There's no wiring in this package. It literally is a back can with a circuit board and 3 snap-on modules. And it's a simple product to install, and it's a very elegant way to display it. It is actually being displayed in open air. It's on a stand, so you can see the front of it or the back of it.
Oh, wow.
And will be one of the highlights of the show. Adjacent that, when you walk in, on the left side, we're showing our access monitor, discrete monitor panels. We're going to have a little bit of an array or a tree of access series, and we're showing everything from our 65-inch. We're going to leave our 55-inch now because it just goes a little too tall. So we're going to show our 65, 75, 86, and our new 98-inch access series panel, which is brand new for this year as well. On the opposite side, we're going to we have our brand new Core LED. This is our entry-level, value-based LED product. Still has all the features that they would expect to come from Christie LEDs and our narrow pixel pitch portfolio, but it is at a price point that we are very competitive with our other friends out there in the market that we see on a regular basis. So it's a brand new introduction. Behind, when you walk in, you'll see right behind them on each wall on both sides, there's a little MicroTile setup as well. There'll be a 2x3 array of a MicroTile LED setup, so people can touch them, feel them, play with them, rip modules off, put them back on. see inside them, see how they're built, and actually get a good understanding of MicroTiles, of MicroTile LED. We're already taking orders on the product, and it's already proving to be an excellent product for Christie, and following that brand of MicroTiles.
Yeah.
When you walk into the booth, a little bit past that, on the left side is our LCD projector and one-chip DLP projector location. We're going to be showing two brand new LCD projectors. All of our LCD projectors and one DLP projectors are now laser phosphor. We have discontinued our lamp-based products and moved to only laser phosphor products in our LCD and one-chip DLP lineup. The market has demanded laser phosphor for those product categories from us, so we have followed and given them what they're looking for, what they're asking for. So we're showing two versions of our LCD, or one of our DS series LCD projector, and one of our APS series projectors on the opposite side. On the face side, facing in, you'll see our 4K 10S. That 4K projector comes in a 7,000 lumen and a 10,000 lumen and one-chip DLP. Again, both one laser phosphor that make up our HS series. And next to that, we have a dual stack of our D16 HDHS. So again, it's our HS series, but it's our high brightness. And what we're showing on the high brightness HS is now all of our high brightness HS series now include Mystique. And so all of a sudden, where this was a premium feature for us in our 3-chip DLP offering, we're now putting it in our high brightness HS series. Running bold color and HS, the image quality is amazing.
Real quickly, I want you to explain to folks if they're not familiar with Mystique, because it's a relatively a year and a half, I think, old. Explain to folks exactly what Mystique is.
Mystique is an alignment feature that we put on projectors. It's software and hardware based. It works with our Twist software that now is part of our 3-chip DLP lineup, is part of our 1-chip DLP lineup. But it allows you, on the HS series, it allows you to connect a camera to the projector and then tie in a number of projectors together and allow them to self-align. Whether you're doing a blend or you're doing an auto stack, it will actually, through a couple button presses, will allow you to maintain that image, as opposed to manually adjusting each projector to get that alignment. Because we know people walk around, bump projectors, even in ceilings when they're mounted with vibrations, ceiling vibrations. There are many things that throw projectors off alignment. Even the heat and the cold, as well as changes in humidity, can affect that alignment. And that Mystique takes care of that for you in an automated process. So something that would have taken you hours in the past now can be a couple minutes with the press of a button. So that's what Mystique does. When we add Guardian on top of that, Guardian is a self-awareness system. What it does is it actually produces subliminal test patterns in the image that you can't see, and will actually self-aligns without the press of a button constantly. So the images are always in a line. So if you knock it out, and you'll see a demo, you'll actually be able to watch it after about 30 seconds, put the image back in place on its own without touching anything. And we demoed that last year. We probably have a demo on Guardian this year as well.
It's quite remarkable, especially the demo you had last year was a blended. So you had two different projectors.
Yes, exactly.
Creating one giant image, but each one obviously was creating separate parts of it. And you would, somebody would adjust the projector so the blend would be misaligned. And like you said, 30 seconds, you're sitting there watching, and all of a sudden it magically comes back together.
That's correct. Yeah. No, it's a great feature set, and our engineers worked long and hard to make that work. And although it's mostly used in higher end applications, and in some theme parks that I am not allowed to name, but on many rides that you'll experience in these theme parks, as well as on some of our on ice applications, and some of the hockey arenas we've worked on. Some of them are now using Guardian to allow the projectors to self-heal. In other words, the image the image that we're projecting. Opposite that one chip DLP side and that LCD booth is our flat panel side. So I'm not sure if you're aware, but Christie's tiled array is growing year after year. So we actually now are selling equally as many flat panels, LED, LCD based technologies with associated processing as much as our projection equipment. So Christie was always known for our projection-based systems, and a lot of people even, sometimes don't even think of us as a display manufacturer. But that's half of what we do in the enterprise division right now. I'm not talking cinema. Cinema is a different world. That's 100% projection-based. But in the non-cinema world of the enterprise world that we work in and that InfoComm supports, a big portion of our business is flat panels, direct view LED. And moving more into that as well. So on that side of the booth, we've got two brand new technologies. I'll give you a little bit of a tease, but I'm not going to say what they are, unfortunately, because I don't want our other friends to know what we're truly bringing. They can see it on the show floor and experience it with everybody. But both technologies are put in place to minimize seams and to greatly reduce seams. So there will be two different offerings there. One will be a very large display with minimal seams, physical minimal seams, and the other display will be a smaller array, but the seams will be tiny on them. And we'll show you what we're doing to go after this particular space. I know I'm being a little vague here, but I'm being that way intentionally.
But it's a week before InfoComm, so I get it.
Come see us, and we'll show you what I'm being vague about right now. So that and in front of that tiled array desk is our other 98-inch panel. We've introduced two new panels at this show. One follows our Access series. One is now following our brand new discrete panel series called Secure series. And that's more of the TAA-friendly that we are selling to the federal government today, with Wi-Fi removed to be able to put them in the places that we can't put in our Access products. And that's showing a brighter version of the 98-inch with a bit more feature-rich on that panel. And in front of all that is just a little control room setup with Phoenix and some control room aspect and visuals on that on those displays. Now, I guess when you walk in, what you always expect from Christie is that very large image. So we won't disappoint. We will have that very large image at the back wall. It will be made up from two blended 40,000 lumen pure RGB laser projectors with two Rode D4K 40 RGBs. They'll be mounted from the grid and projecting on a blended image on that screen. Again, they're pure RGB laser. One thing Christie believes in, and we have been working on for many years, is the color performance difference between pure laser and laser phosphor. We support laser phosphor because we support all illumination-based systems, and we will tell the customers what works in what environment and what illumination technology they should use for what application, and we'll tell them the pros and cons of each, because there are pros and cons of each technology. Pure RGB laser will give you the best color rendition, the rendition on the planet right now. The color gamut is almost full Rec 2020, and you'll see that image on the booth. We also have the Mirage version, so these are now 3D capable, and they're meant for staging, which means we can fly them anywhere we want. So now we'll have a Rode version, an install version, as well as a 3D version for visualization. We'll have two of them on the main screen. Of course, the whole thing is being powered by the number of processing systems we manufacture. We'll have Pandora's box with our new 10-bit processing showing on that, as well as on the on the MicroTiles LED. So Pandora's box now with this new 10-bit, we're able to make use of that, and because a lot of projection and display devices, you couldn't even use the 10-bit technology other than unless you had higher end 3-chip DLP projectors. But now with MicroTiles and some other products, we can show them on some more entry-level products, and we'll have them on the MicroTiles LED as well as the Roadies in the display. We'll be showing our Spider X80 processor, obviously 80 million pixel color, 80 million pixel canvas space, and we'll be projecting some pretty amazing images up there as well. One thing I want to point out is our alliance with SDVOE. We are a big SDVOE partner. We're one of the founding partners of SDVOE. And one thing the reason we got into it is not just so we can make some distribution type boxes, which we do today, and we will, and they actually, they'll run 444, 120 hertz at 60 hertz at 4K. So we actually get some pretty amazing content that we can feed through with very little, actually no latency, running on a switched network, an Ethernet type network. But what we're doing now, and you'll see introductions of more and more onboard SDVOE in our projection and our displays. So now you'll see a couple of our 1-chip DLP projectors, our 3-chip DLP projectors with input boards. Eventually, they will turn into an Ethernet plug into the projector, no hardware required to buy. It will eventually migrate into other products as well, so you can see how the ecosystem will work. And if you understand SDVOE and switches, you can imagine what a system architecture could look like with SDVOE, our content playback players such as Pandora's box, Spider, and our display and projection technology. It makes one big ecosystem that will work seamlessly together. And SDVOE allows us to not only send content and audio between the devices, it allows us to send data and information, so we now can manipulate the products as well. So it really is a full architecture for us, and something that we are very focused on moving forward.
That's kind of exciting, because it was just 2 years ago that you guys first released Terra and started talking about it. So you guys have made some pretty good leaps in the last 2 years.
Yeah, and we've put a whole team on Terra internally, and we will be going gangbusters forward on Terra, and the intent is to have many more Terra type launches going forward. But it also means not just hardware and software; it means features within our other products that we offer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is what we're all looking forward to.
Very cool. Dave, you guys have a lot. Again, there's a couple of teases in there, a couple of vague announcements that you can go buy on the 12th. But not everybody's going to the show. Again, InfoComm is the 12th to the 14th. So if they're not going to be at your booth at 2543, how do they connect with you guys online?
We are always very active on social media with LinkedIn, with Instagram, with Twitter, Facebook. Our marketing team and our sales and engineering staff are always on social media platforms, making one announcement or another. I'm assuming, as usual, we'll be sharing show times. I am hoping for some content that I won't make mention of that will be displayed in our booth. And hopefully it all comes together. InfoComm's a big show. It takes a lot of resources to put together, so I'm not going to make promises that they may not be able to commit to right now. So just come on by, see us. Again, if you're on social media, we'll be active everywhere. If you know our people, if you know our sales staff, please feel free to email everybody, text everybody. And they'll be able to fill you in or get you some more details or send you content or information from them personally as well.
Oh, very cool.
And I'll be at the show floor myself, and we'll see how often I get pulled out of the booth, because I'm usually hard to find.
I was going to say at least 2 or 3 times an hour. My experience with Dave. All right, they're Christie's booth number is 2543. 2543. Go by and see them. Thank you, Dave Muscat from Christie Digital for us, for AVNation. You can go by our website as well, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv, and follow along as we also head to Orlando June 12th through the 14th. Bring you all the show coverage from the show floor, including a visit with Christie Digital, and we'll give you the lowdown on some of those bigness that Dave gave.
We'll fill you in more at the show.
Yeah. All that and more at avnation.tv. Avnation.tv.